Going to the country, gonna work a lot of Hovind. Oh, hey, yeah, we're live. What's up? Um, this was just kind of impromptu. They always are. I stream when I feel like it. I don't plan anything until the moment where I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go live, and then I make a quick thumbnail, preview a video, and go at it. Um, so in this case, today we are going to. I had a few options of videos from Kent's Rumble recently. If I actually go back, there is this one special guest, Bob Holmes. I thought about doing that one. Gets a little heavy at points, and I want something a little more straightforward, a little more light insofar as watching Kent Hovind content can go. So I decided we'll go with Save Me, O Lord, hence the theming of this video, which is Yes, Deviant, you are first. Nice. Um, Yeah, the theming of this one, dear Lord, save me from the Hovind. Fun fact: I tried to put in the Hovind small text, and the font I use did not support superscript text. So the nice, cool little Hovind did not work. So that's a bummer. But yeah, we're going to just have at this. Like I said, I was gonna do this Bob Holmes video, but decided against it. So we're gonna do this "Shave Me, O Lord" video. And something interesting that the community noticed is that this morning there was a Pastor Meister stream, which is unusual. You know, Kent's channel doesn't traditionally do a Wednesday morning stream, just usually a Saturday morning one with Meister. Although down here it says this was 7 days ago. 11 days. That might actually be a bit more common then. I'm not 100%. I don't care. It's just an interesting thing I noticed. That being said, enough preamble. Let us get right to it. Hang on. Hovind's rambling and
Yeah. Good evening,
silent.
folks.
Ah, damn it. I hate dealing with Rumble. Freaking autoplay. Autoplay's garbage, guy. It's garbage. It's hot garbage. All right. So first off, your eyes are not deceiving you. There is someone to the left of Kent. So we're going to get the "this is not a cult" testimony. Hell yeah. Always good. Um, Thinking if there's anything else I want to point out or anything I can just think of right from the get go. Looks like the slides have been updated a bit up here. It's in super widescreen now for some reason, then all that blank space and then the title of the sermon, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's hear what 0645 2017 has to say.
Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. Was it beautiful out there today or what? Yeah, got to run the chainsaw, cut 2 more trees down that died from the dumb bark beetles. It is February the 2nd, February the 4th, 2025. Tonight we'll be in Psalm 69. Save me, oh God.
69. Nice.
What an amazing psalm this is. But you can get us on lots of channels. Let's see, we're on Facebook. That's growing rapidly. On the Rumble, growing rapidly, since they took us off of YouTube. TikTok.
No, once again, you took yourself off YouTube by violating their terms of service. So suck it, Kent.
On Twitter. You said we can't go live for another day or two because they got some kind of.
No, we're live on Twitter. Just Instagram.
Instagram. We're not. I don't have that on my list here. Instagram. Okay. And we'll be on there. And
Yep, because I totally want to watch Kent Hovind videos via Instagram. No, thank you. I'll stick to the crazy artist and pet accounts I follow, thank you. And some crazy artist pet. Like, there's artists who have pets. So you get their art and their pets. Sometimes art of their pets. What's not to love?
And don't forget the app. Did you get that worked out where it's got to pay $1 a year?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to send me promo codes.
Send a promo code. Get the app. We're going to put 1 billion videos up there and they'll be there forever. And you atheists. So sad.
No, Kent. The moment y'all stop paying any hosting bill, it's over, buddy. No such thing as a free lunch. YouTube would be the equivalent of that if you could control yourself and not say stupid crap, but that's beyond your abilities. Or was it buying subscribers that got you your original channel terminated? I'm not sure. Probably a combination. Whatever the case, if you hadn't effed around, you wouldn't have found out. But that would be the longest legacy you'd have, is stuff on YouTube. Because everywhere else, There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee anywhere, but YouTube's still the safest bet for content. Too bad you messed that up.
You can't take them down. It's hilarious. They watch a lot of atheists are watching and reposting my stuff just to try to find something I say that makes them, oh, what about this? You know, like I had coffee with Sandra yesterday.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. If you did, I'd be amazed. Wow, don't stare directly at it. He is looking super deranged in this pause. Let's just take that. There we go. Come on, Kent. Come on. This is, as the kids would say, this is 100% cap. Also, Kent has 0 Riz. Oh, yeah. I am down with the young peoples. I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. It's just too funny to do. Oh, I really shouldn't have used myself this much, but let's continue.
That's a big morons. Okay. Anyway, so be sure to like our channel, subscribe it, comment, all that kind of stuff. Help people get the message. We're open for free. So take it down, brother. I want to introduce Justin. Justin, you just joined our team with your wife and 3 little kids, 2, 4, and 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you came from?
Freezing cold Michigan.
How do you like Lennox so far?
It's a lot better. Don't have to worry about getting stuck in the snow.
Yeah, you're in cabin 14, and you have you're going to do all the barn, all the animals.
The Haunting of Cabin 14. Rated R for, well, if you know Grand Theft Auto, you know the following line. I'm going to try to be good and not say the R word today.
Take care of all that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Amen. How'd you hear about our ministry?
I met a fellow from Louisiana named...
You know, if Kent was to ask me that, how'd you hear about our ministry? Internet.
Andrew Avant years ago. Hi, Andrew, if you're out there. He showed me some of your videos, and I was hooked. Then I met Amber, my wife, and showed her the videos, and she loved them as well. Then we got married and had a bunch of children. Well, not a bunch, 3.
Okay.
But, yeah. So, here we are.
You've been here.
Wow. What a riveting story. Real big accomplishments there, buddy. Let me just golf clap.
Here 2 days and already working hard in the barn, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
It's endless. We encourage people to come down. All right. Well, folks, if you want to support our ministry, we got...
You gotta rub the dinosaur neck gently. You know, work your way up the neck to the head. And if the dinosaur enjoys it, well, you'll know. You'll definitely know. If he doesn't, I can explain why, and then show you how to do it properly. Hovind.
People here that come and dedicate their life to serving the Lord and winning souls, so please do that. There's how you support the stream with PayPal. You got to count all the dots. What do you got to do, Joseph? I don't understand that thing. You got to connect them in reverse order. Wow.
This would be cute if it wasn't Kent Hovind. You think a guy who taught math, this is a real thought, you think a guy who taught math would understand what a bitmap is? A guy who's also supposed to be good with computers, at least was good with computers, would understand what a bitmap is, because that's all a QR code is quite literally a binary bitmap. And all of that gets interpreted. It may not be proper binary. I forget the exact algorithms used. But a QR code contains data in an optical format. We all know that. You seriously think Kent would, having taught math, that he would be interested in that, since it's a way of plotting data, quite literally. Because they fascinate me on that regard. I don't know. It's one of those little things you just catch, and it's like, yeah, I know you're out of touch and ancient and dumb as anything, but again, not playing by your rules, but going with what you say. If you love math so much, you were a great math and calculus and science teacher, and you know all this stuff, QR codes would be fascinating to you. It's funny that all of your knowledge and skills and curiosity about the universe go completely out the window when it comes to an applied field like basic computing.
Okay, and it makes a Fibonacci spiral or something, or I don't know how it works. Well, thank you.
Oh, and look, there he goes. It makes a Fibonacci spiral. I gotta bring in something fancy because I just admitted I don't know something. Hovind.
Brother, good to have you here. Amen.
Happy to be here.
All right, thank you. Okay. Oh. Get the dinosaur right in front of my face there. Yeah, you can support our ministry. Join our 777 club.
And, this is the first where I've realized the dinosaur is holding the microphone when he pushed it over to the other guy. I think his name was Justin. That's actually kind of clever. Still kind of shoddy. Could just use a real mic, which apparently he got a new one, or his team got him a new one, and he won't use it. So whatever.
Club. Go to drdino.com, D-R-D-I-N-O, or just call. Let's see, Jessica or Bobby. You girls, either one of you answers the same phone, right? 855 Big Dino extension 1, or email Dr. Dino Secretary, and you both get the same email there, right? Okay, so yeah, it's confusing. Pensacola had 11 secretaries, and it kept them all swamped,
Yeah, that shows how freaking irrelevant you are. Doing 9 years in the slammer for tax fraud will do that.
And my daughter was one. She said, Dad, would you do my wedding? I said, oh, honey, I'd be honored. Just type in Kent Hovind's daughter's wedding.
Oh, God. No one cares about your stupid-ass little joke, your stupid-ass kid's stupid-ass fucking wedding, you stupid-ass. I'm being nice today. In case you didn't notice, by the way, I put up a poll last night on if I'm too mean to Kent in my videos. Because apparently some people think I'm too mean to him, and that I should be nice to Kent. There's a few options to select from. Definitely let me know. I appreciate your feedback. Also had the typical range of Hovind comments the past 24 hours since the last stream yesterday. Nothing too crazy, just people naturally not understanding how YouTube works. And then you go and look at their account and you see them following all these creationists and pastors, and you even see the Doc Dino channel, and it's like, oh, come on. You're not even trying to hide it. Get bent. Also, since the 777 Club is up, if you want to help ʰᵒᵛᶦᵈ, there are links down below. You can become a channel member. You can go to my Patreon, where I'm going to try to do some cool stuff. If you want to donate directly, that would help a ton. I can get you a PayPal link, and you can do it that way. There's lots of ways you can help the ʰᵒᵒᵦ, because your generosity goes a long way in giving me the willpower to fight Kent Hovind. And by fight him, I mean, do these funny ass videos rather than actually argue with them, because it's whatever. There's my shilling. Let's continue. And did we miss it earlier? I feel like I might have missed. Oh yeah. Okay. Remind me that I'm at 313. I want to go back just a hair.
Like I had coffee, joined our team with your wife.
Come on.
I got that's a big moron watching us up there.
Oh, where is it?
Ever. And try to funnel, subscribe it.
There it is. There it is. I do not want to miss the opportunity to say hello to our pixelated subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Always remember, this is the greatest part of any Kent Hovind video, is pixelated, decade-old subscribe button. We salute you, good JPEG from Windows XP. All right, back to 313. Over.
Just type in Kent Hovind's daughter's wedding. It's been played 50 times on America's Funniest Home Videos, only 1 minute long. See what you think. Okay, let's see. drdino.com.
I actually wonder if that ever did make it to America's Funniest Home Videos or not, because it probably didn't. And if it did, that's a damn fluke. Also, he says that, you'd say another way you're washed up is when you're bringing up random stuff from 20, 30 years ago, and that's big accomplishments in life, but you got nothing now. That should be everything Kent needs to know. Like, yeah, dude, you peaked. You peaked 30 years ago. Enjoy.
There's our website. We have it open down here for free. All coming up on 9 years now. In April. Hey, brother. We just want to change people's lives. Get people draw close to the Lord, get them saved.
Oh, you've changed my life, Kent. Do you want to know how you've changed my life? By becoming aware of you, it helped strengthen my anti-theistic viewpoints, because you are an example of the pinnacle of the harm that religion can cause to people. A pinnacle, I should say. But even more so, through me discovering Atheist Jr., and seeing him do the content he did, it gave me the impetus to do the content I wanted to do. It gave me an idea of, like, I can do stuff similar. Let me have some fun with it and be myself on here. Which has done wonders for my self-confidence, but even more importantly, introduced me to dozens of people who I otherwise never would have run into, who have become, some of them, great friends, And even those I only casually associate with, like some of the names I see off and on in my streams and such, still cool people. So thank you, Kent, for providing a central focus for so many of us to point and laugh at, that we can form our own little cluster of crazy degenerates.
Get our Creation Seminar series, $50 for the whole thing, 18 hours. You can watch it, copy it, give it back, get your money back. Can't beat a deal like that. And then get our Woe series, What on Earth is About to Happen, for heaven's sake.
I just gotta stress once again, the constant adding of "for heaven's sake" to the end of everything you write is stupid. You suck at titles, Kent.
And do all the stuff on what the future, what's according to the Bible. Well, here we are, February 4th, Psalm 69. Go back to home page and go to slide number 2958. Enter. Psalm 69. Let's pray. Lord, please teach us something from your word that'll draw us
No,
closer
blah,
to you.
blah,
Supposed to be made in your
blah. We're not doing that. We're not listening to him pray. Just don't care. Does it go like that nerve? Probably. It probably does. I wonder, did dinosaurs have that same nerve going on like that? Does anyone know? Like, I'm seriously questioning. I forget what that nerve is, but the one that goes down and like around the heart and back or whatever, and so it's extended in giraffes because they already had that trait as they began to evolve the long necks, or the creatures that eventually became what we now call the giraffe evolved the long neck to be proper. When did that trait actually form? When did that nerve get to that position? Because I do wonder seriously if big dinos and the like, actually have that same problem or not. I don't know. Like now I'm super curious on it. I almost want to go researching it, but we got a stream to do. So sadly, let's get back to more Hovind.
to the chief musician upon whatever that thing is. We'll say guitar. How's that? A psalm of David. Oh, wrong one. Save me, O God, for the waters are come into my soul. David's having a rough time. How many of you have ever had one of them rough days or rough weeks or rough months or rough years?
Wow, Kent. The human condition. How about you ask someone if they've eaten? Have you ever drank water? Have you ever eaten food? Do you breathe? Are you going through a process of conducting metabolism as we speak? Wow. All of you, huh? That's amazing.
Or maybe rough lifetime. Lord, help, save me. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. As the mud's so deep, I can't find the bottom. I'm coming to deep waters.
Ooh, Laura, is that not how it always happens? The moment you lose a card and you report it as lost is when you find it. Every time. That's the quickest way to end up finding the card, is to cancel it.
Where the floods overflow me. David, according to Matthew Henry's commentary, by the way, if you're reading the Bible, what does this mean? Check out Matthew Henry commentary. He did this in the late 1600s and early 1700s. Classic. Spent his whole life producing a commentary on the whole Bible. It's really, really well done. Okay. David penned this psalm when he was in affliction. And in it, he complained.
The Fallout New Vegas nerve? Yeah. That's the one. The Fallout New Vegas nerve. It reacts near radiation and 50s themed retro memorabilia. Gaming reference. I don't know much about Fallout. Not my kind of thing. But you do you. More of a stalker guy myself. The sci-fi series based in Chernobyl. Let's be clear on that. Unlike the Hovind kind of stalking. Which, isn't even alleged. I'm just saying, it's a different kind of stalking when you're talking about him. Hovind, I'm in your comments, checking them out, gonna whack them in the comments because I don't want to play Yamato's videos. Hovind.
Of the great distress and trouble he was in, and earnestly begs God to relieve and succor him, to comfort him. Okay? In the first 21 verses, he does that. Here he is. Succor is mentioned in the Bible 3 times. That word succor is. The Syrians of Damascus came.
Thank you so very much, Laura. According to Google, dinosaurs did have a long vagus nerve, like 30 to 40 yards. Yep. I figured it was a very, very primitive trait, very early in the development of, honestly, chordates, probably. Actually, that would make a lot of sense given the anatomy of what we think of as the typical fish. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as you think back on it. Whew. That's the thing. When you really get into evolution, especially like watching stuff from like Ra, oh man, it is so amazing to just see how honestly obvious the transitions are and how all these adaptations pile onto one another. It's beautiful stuff. Just hypnotically beautiful. But creationists can't ever appreciate that. Well,
To succor, Hadadezer king. David slew of the Syrians 22,000 men. So it means to comfort somebody who's having a rough time, okay? He imprecates the judgments of God upon his persecutors. To imprecate is to ask God to judge them, beat them up, God.
Kent, unlike you, I graduated from elementary school. I can use context clues to figure out what the word means. Contrary to what you think, I'm not an idiot. I don't think most of your audience is that idiotic either. I think they can figure it out. Although honestly, I wouldn't be amazed if it was, not the case where they could figure it out through context clues. I've met some people who do not understand context clues at all. And I don't mean just don't know what they are. I mean they do not pick up on them. So but I try to give people benefit of the doubt. Tried it with you once. It was awful. So,
Smack, sick 'em, kill, attack, He concludes with the voice of joy and praise and assurance that God would help and succor him and would do well for the church. So, I am weary with my crying, my throat is dried, mine eyes fail when I wait for my God. He's been
I'll have to check that out, Sanjay.
having trouble a long time. They that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. Being my
That's not an error on my end. That's good old Dinosaur Adventureland internet fail. How's Elon Musk's satellite bullshit treating you, Kent?
are mighty. Then I restored. I didn't even steal it. I had to pay.
Oh yeah, Potato Vision! Woohoo! Now we're gonna party like it's 1989.
Must have had a federal prosecutor after him or so. Okay. O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Because for thy sake,
Raul Hernandez bringing the fire. I would be amazed if his audience could tie their shoes. Beautiful. Zoso, welcome. Nothing crazy has been missed so far. He had said he went out with a coffee, for coffee with Sandra. Press X to doubt, although some of us suspect that could be true. Hopefully she won't fall for his attempt to love bomb her. Guy named Justin talk about how he wound up at DAL. He's in charge of like the farm stuff. So people are giving him 2 months of shoveling animal crap before he's out of there. And Kent would argue dogs and wolves are same kind or different kinds. He'd say, if he had to say, he'd say they're the same kind. It has come up before, and that's generally where he leans because he's like, dogs are descendants of wolves, and so that's his whole shtick.
I have borne reproach. Shame hath covered my face. If you're a Christian and you're getting persecuted for being a Christian, it's standard. It comes with the territory. Actually, it's good because then.
And of course, hey, Phantom X, always happy to see you here.
You get great.
And happy to see everyone here. I wish I could just shout you out all out constantly, but then all I'd be doing is saying your names all day. Bueller, Ferris, Bueller. Also, if you look under the word children, right after the S in mothers and children, you got his little like terrorism alert chart changed over to like this chart of stupidity. From this angle and with this pixelation, all I see is like an old Atari 2600 game. And now all I want to do is like play Atari. I love like old golden era video games, man. I mean, I'll play some new stuff, no problem. But you can give me some of the old classic arcade stuff, back when you were lucky to have 8 bits to work with. It's like, damn, those are some fun games.
Rewards in heaven. Blessed are you, and men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely and make up lies on the internet. I added that part. rejoice, be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. Okay. He said, I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children, for the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. Huh. There's a verse in John about that. We'll get there in a second. The reproaches of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. In John chapter 2, they found in the temple, Jesus found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and changers of money sitting.
Okay, Zoso brought up loving Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. All right, guys, check it. I got a serious power play for Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. The reset switch. If you hold that down while powering up the Atari, causes a memory to be set incorrectly and allows you 2 shots on screen at the same time versus 1. Here's the really cool thing. If you know anything about Atari games, you know they had like 500 different variations put in. So you see a cartridge that says 128 games in one, and it'll be, you know, like Space Invaders, and it'll be a ton of different versions of it. You know, different ways like the enemies move, the shields move, your ships move, your shots follow or go straight. All kinds of little variations. You know, easy to program stuff, but adds variety to the games. You can still, as you're holding down reset, after you power up the system, you can still hit the select switch and toggle into those game variations. So you can play the crazy can't see anything variation with double shots active. And yes, I am getting excited over nearly 50-year-old video games, because that's just the kind of guy I am. You actually go back on my channel, you'll find a lot of old, a modicum of old Atari stuff. Just love it. The game store I worked at before I worked there, I was nicknamed Atari Guy before they knew my name, because that's what I'd come in and buy. I'd just harvest all the Atari stuff that came in. It's just my thing. Sorry, I was reminiscing about good times when me and my buddy Prince Watercress were literally playing Atari on an old 80s TV. Like, we set up the whole rig, and it was awesome. And then my cat at the time was sick and ruined that TV. It is what it is. Let's continue, though.
And when he made a scourge of small cords, that's a whip, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. And he said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my father's house an house of merchandise. This ain't the place to sell stuff, boys. This is...
Yeah, there we go from ḥᵒᵛᶦᵈ Snakes, Rescue and Removal Snake Catcher. Neat. A few minutes behind in the stream. Yep, dinos had that nerve. It evolved in fish, so every terrestrial animal is descendant from those fish has it. Dinos, reptiles, birds, mammals, etc. That's what I was guessing, so thank you for verifying. You are awesome. I love it when we all come together and we're like, let's find a solution to this question, or a solution to a problem, or let's find an answer to this question. Do you find solutions to questions? I mean, math you do. My English isn't too good sometimes. Let's continue.
The temple. And the disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. The disciples remembered that verse. Oh, that psalmist talked about that. So that's where the prophecy is fulfilled. I made sackcloth my garment. Sackcloth is like material for gunny sacks, real rough, coarse.
You know, if I could do any decent hack jobs on Atari games at this stage, I would probably try to do something, just a fun Kent-themed Atari hack for the hell of it. I did have a Pac-Man hack for a while that I was working on, but then I broke the code and I couldn't get it working again, so I gave up. It was weird at that time trying to do stuff. Like, I mean, I was editing individual bytes manually. It was crazy, but it was the best I could do at the time. Anyway.
Make it quick, not real nice, fine, soft linen or silk. And I became a proverb to them. They that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was the song of the drunkards. That's pretty bad when the drunks are singing about.
Billy, I actually recognize the name in this context, surprisingly. I don't know any details about her, but the mysterious Lady Di, yeah. Huh. That'd be interesting.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got that, don't I? Some of the guys on the internet sit around, drink their beer, and say, ha.
No. They're guys in Arlen, Texas, who assemble outside of 23 Rainy Street, 123 North Rainy Street, in the back alley, drink their Alamo beer, and go, "Yep." I believe their names are Hank. Who else? Bill. Boomhauer. Jeff Boomhauer, I think, and Rusty Shackelford. Yeah. You don't. You don't get out in the world, man. You ever been around those guys? They're great. Get talking to that Hank guy about propane or Dallas Cowboys. Oh, watch him light up. Enthusiastic as anything, especially about that propane. I mean, he loves the Cowboys, but propane, man, dude loves it. Clean, burning, efficient fuel, I'll tell you what.
As for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in an acceptable time. O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me. In the truth of thy salvation, deliver me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up. What's this? The deep stuff. And let not the pit shut her mouth upon me.
From my understanding, it is a known bug in the way memory was allocated. Like I forget the exact details, but it was a case of just something not like limiting where it should have. Like a value sets to 0 instead. Like if there's a 0, 1, 2, and it's supposed to start at 1, it would have started at 0. Then you get the 1, and then you get the 2 on the second shot. If that makes sense. I could be completely misremembering it at this stage. But from what I gathered, the programmer said, no, we didn't do that intentionally.
Hear me, O Lord, for thy loving
But again, I could have been misinformed on that. It's been forever.
kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. The deep is mentioned in the Bible 59 verses.
Yeah, and the word kill is in there hundreds upon hundreds of times. What's your point, Kent?
The face of the deep. When God made it, Genesis chapter 1, the second verse in the Bible, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. So when God first made the world, it was covered in water. And then he's going to divide it into...
I love that we're having more conversation about Atari than any of the garbage Kent is spewing. Hell yeah. Love this. Braden pops up with, the guy who made the Atari Indiana Jones game went around the office cracking a bullwhip. Yep, he did. Those Atari offices were crazy. That man was Howard Scott Warshaw, the person who also programmed the incredible Yar's Revenge. Fun fact, the neutral zone in Yar's Revenge is made up of a visual representation of the date of the memory of the Atari. And then, of course, programmed E.T. So the man literally made the best, what debatably best game for the system, and what is widely considered the worst game for the system. My stance on E.T. is the game is flawed, but is actually quite a well thought out concept. Execution isn't very good, but it's a pretty dang awesome game. I do love playing it in one of the easier difficulties where it just becomes a quick scavenger hunt, because that's basically what the game is. And I just like the adventure aspect of it, avoiding the scientist and the FBI guy. Turn them off altogether. But it is flawed, and it's understandable that someone getting that for Christmas in 1983 would have not had a good time. All right, sadly, less Atari talk, more Kent talk.
Water under the crust, water above the crust, and water above the air. We cover that in video number 6 and 2 of my seminar series. Okay, so let's see. In the 600th year of Noah's life, the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. Water from inside the earth came up and flooded the world. It didn't rain enough to cover the whole world. It rained for 40 days.
It was more than 10 days. It was like oh God, I'm reading that as 10 factorial because you put an exclamation point in there. Please tell me that's not an intentional joke, because factorials mess with my head. I can't do math like that. But he was... Thanks, Chrome. I really needed to know my ad block was up to date. Eat a dick. That scared me. I just see my screen go black and then white. I'm like, what the... Did I just lose everybody? No. Was fucking your ad block is up to date. Up yours, Chrome. I only have the ad block installed because of Rumble. Anyway, Howard Scott Warshaw was given about 6 weeks to do E.T. So not very long. And I think he did an amazing job with the time he had and the tools he had.
But that's where most of the water came from. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped. This is at the end of the flood. Okay. Psalm 104 is an amazing chapter here. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever? Thou coverest it with the deep, as with a garment.
Braden Wynn's current comment of the hour: bro got jump scared. Yep. That's what it boiled down to. Oh, at least I can laugh about it. Propane. I've actually never seen Trailer Park Boys. I need to add that to my list of stuff to watch. Fun fact, in working the day job I do indeed sell propane and propane accessories. Well, I mostly stock propane and propane accessories, but if someone needed help finding it while we're open, I'll take them to it. So yeah, job's kinda alright. Let's continue. It's better than Kent's job, which he doesn't have one. Remember, Kent, you're unemployed. I don't consider running a ministry like this to be employment. Loser.
God covered the earth with water. This is talking about Noah's flood. The waters stood above the mountains. That means it's not a local flood, you morons who believe it's just a local flood. Look, if it's just a local flood, why did God tell Noah to build a boat? Tell him to move.
Tangelo popping up, and since I'm in a good mood, not going to be all, snarky to him. Beating low-hanging fruit is easy. Why don't you try to refute Steve Meyer, James Torr, Michael Behe? James Torr was torn apart by Professor Dave. And outside of that, Steve Meyer, Michael Behe, I'm here for a lolcow. That's the thing, Otangelo. Kent is a lolcow. Yeah, as Deviant's putting it, they're all clowns. But this is a matter of reacting to Kent Hovind in and of himself, regardless of his, theological beliefs. That was just a gateway to discovering how crazy this dude is. And as far as refute them, I don't feel I need to, because I'm pretty sure other people have done that and done better. I don't need to redo other people's work. I've got my own stuff to do. But I could phrase it this way. I do appreciate you wanting me to push myself further, because that's kind of a compliment in a way, in that, hey, you can do better. Go for this. Which means you think I'm more skilled than the Kent Hovind level. So, all right, thumbs up on that. Let's continue.
Duh. Anyway, at thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder.
At Megalomart, you're shopping for the rest of your life. Sorry, I hate for y'all to hear my random ass singing, but, maybe not. I will not confirm nor deny working at Megalomart. I have seen Chuck Mangione. Management does not believe me, but I guarantee you he is there. You go just past aisle 8A, he's there. Brought him some snacks one time. He said thanks. Next thing you know, copy of his album just showed up in my locker. Paid for, got a receipt and everything. I was like, cool. I already got like 3 copies on vinyl, but hey, CD, hell yeah.
They hasted away. What's the they in that verse? The water. So at God's rebuke, the water fled. Why would that happen? Well, verse 8. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys. This is a Hebrew idiom or something. It means the mountains arose up, the valleys sank down.
Tangelo, it's actually funny. I am intending to do that at some point soon. The Tor Farina debate. That's a hilarious one. But I just got to be in the right mood for that one. Kind of like doing Hovind's DVD number 5. It has to just feel right, and right now is not the time.
Well, if the earth is covered in water and one whole chunk of it lifts up, the water's going to run off the high spot, making mountains over here.
What you've got there, Bobby, is a whooping crane. Sorry, that was kind of a terrible Hank. And my throat isn't doing the best for a lot of my voice impressions. But let's continue.
Run down into make an ocean over here. This is what Psalm 104. The water ran down into the place that thou hast founded for them. Anyway, he covered it with the deep. Hide not thy face from thy servant, for I'm in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw nigh unto my soul and redeem it. Deliver me because of mine enemies. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Found in the Bible 3 times. Anybody ever been in trouble before? Yeah.
Wow, Kent. Has anyone ever stood up before? Anyone in the audience? Actually, there could be a few people who wouldn't have, so that's actually kind of mean, but you know. Has anyone ever walked into this building before? You know, anyone in this building right now? Have you ever walked into it before? You know, it's kind of a funny thought. It's kind of like the oddness of like the whole married bachelor contradiction, how you can't have that because it's definitionally impossible. You know, I like weird concepts like that. Like every person you've ever interacted with is a person you've met in some capacity. Oh, actually, no. No, that doesn't work. Let me rethink these analogies because I was going to try to do something other than the hey, if you're in the building now. I know. This happened back a lot on when I was on AOL chats. There'd be like random questions popping around, and someone would be like, "Who's using a computer right now?" And they'd laugh because it's like everyone. You have to be using a computer to be in this AOL chat for all intents and purposes. So yeah. Oh, that was the one. Sorry, I've had a long day. Very long day, actually. Were you up already working hard 12 hours ago? Because I was. Not that that's anything special, but, just saying. I'm a little tired. Chris is tired. Watch more Hovind. Wonder why.
I remember a principal, George Burnell. I tried to Google him today, see if I could find out what happened to him. Pleasant Hill Grade School, East Peoria, Illinois. George Burnell had a hook for a right hand, had his hand cut off, I think in a war accident, and one eye was pure white. No.
Wait. Did he say this was a high school friend? What? Can't hang on. Let's figure this out.
I'm in trouble. Found in the Bible 3 times. Anybody ever been in trouble before? Yeah. I remember a principal, George Burnell.
Oh, principal. Okay.
I tried to Google him today, see if I could find out what happened to him.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Kent, but kind of like that puppy that grew up to be a dog, and then one day that dog wasn't there anymore, and you wondered to your mommy and daddy, where'd doggy go? He probably died. Okay? Probably died. So if you want to wonder what happened to him, there's your answer. You want more details? What are you, morbid or something?
Pleasant Hill Grade School, East Peoria, Illinois. George Burnell had a hook for a right hand, had his hand cut off, I think in a war accident, and one eye was pure white. No pupil, no iris, just pure white. He looked terrifying, and we were terrified. I spent my time in the principal's office. Had my own chair in there, actually. I went there quite okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, Kent.
I'm in trouble. Thou hast known my reproach and my shame and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee. Reproach hath broken my heart. I'm full of heaviness. And
Twitch, what's up? Good to see ya.
I looked for some to take pity, but there was none. And for comforters, but I found none. Jesus had the same trouble on the cross. His own disciples forsook him and fled. Comforters. Let's see. Comforters found in the Bible 5 times. He sent comforters to thee.
See, now that's just sad. You're telling me even the King of Kings couldn't afford, like, a decent bed? People had to donate comforters? Okay, that was a lame joke, but I tried.
Comforters. You can do a word study. It's cool just to look at every time a particular word is mentioned. It's cool.
Yeah, like kill. Look at how many times that's in the Bible.
I heard many such things. Job said his friends came to comfort him. Yeah, right. All they did was accuse him. Some people, they're supposed to be your comforter, but they just accuse you all the time.
Oh, Kent taking stuff personal. Is it an accusation if it's a fact? Answer that one in the chat. If it's a known fact, and you say it about somebody, is it an accusation or is it just, speaking facts?
You did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. I don't need that. The Job didn't need that. You need a comforter. Okay. They gave me gall for my meat and my thirst. In my thirst, they gave me vinegar. Does that sound familiar to somebody? Isn't that what they did to Jesus on the cross? Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Sure enough, gall. Gall is found in the Bible several times. In the Bible, the word gall refers to bitter-tasting substance made of a plant like wormwood or myrrh. Wine mixed with bitter herbs or myrrh created a potion that dulled the sense of pain, painkiller, like an aspirin or something. The mixture of sour wine and gall was often given to the suffering to ease their pain in death. That's why they put it on a sponge and gave it to Jesus. He wouldn't drink it. He knew he had to suffer for us. Gall. They gave him vinegar.
Yeah. Pretty stupid plan.
To drink in Matthew chapter 27, mingled with gall. And when he tasted, he wouldn't drink it. Acts chapter 8, I perceive that thou art in the gall of bitterness and in the bond of iniquity. Let their eyes be darkened that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. Loins, that's the center part of your body. This is referring to your bowels and your reproductive organs.
And your 15-foot member, Hovind? Of course he'd go into detail. Look at him. He's getting uncomfortable because he's like, I want to do some internet search, but I'm busy doing my sermon. I can't look at that stuff while I'm doing my sermon. Makes Jesus cry. I got to look at it in the privacy of my own cult compound. Hovind?
Let their loins continually shake.
There's that giggle he does.
Pour out the indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Loins mentioned in the Bible 61 times. You can study that one. It says kings are going to come out of thy loins. God's talking to Genesis 35. Was that Abraham, I think? And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins. You can read all the verses about loins and figure out what it's talking about.
He thinks it's important. He thinks it makes something sound important. It's just one of those things because simple people will think, ooh, it says this word a lot, so that must mean, it's important. And it's like, not necessarily. That's the best I can gather from it.
He said, I want their loins to continually shake. I guess that's having the runs or something. I don't know. Okay. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. Add iniquity to their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living. Boy, David, he's upset with his folks that are mad at him, okay? He said, but I am poor and sorrowful. Let thy salvation, O God, set me up upon high. I will praise the name of God with a song. By the way, sometimes when you're having trouble, the best thing to do is just sing, okay?
Yeah, you're getting robbed. The person tells you to shut the fuck up, and you just start singing. That's going to end well. Yep. Really going to end well.
And will magnify him with thanksgiving. This also shall please the Lord better than an ox or bullock that hath horns and hoofs. The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek God. For the Lord heareth the poor and despiseth not his prisoners. Let the heaven and earth praise him, the seas and everything that moveth therein. For God will save Zion, and will build the cities of Judah, that they may dwell there and have it in possession. The seed also of his servant shall inherit it, and they that love his name shall dwell therein. You want to?
So our friend Phantom X popped up. You know how many times "the" is used in the Bible? It's a super important word. I did a quick search on that on one of those random sites. "The" is used 110,386 times, according to some edu URL. If I look up "kill," that is used 255 times, the King James Version. So just saying.
Live in heaven? Jesus wants to save you. It's real simple. Give your heart to the Lord, and he'll take you to heaven.
Yeah, I have mentioned it, but we'll just bring it up again. Psalm 69. Nice.
You're giving one of the guys a tour today around the place, and he said, I'm not sure if I'm going to heaven or not. I said, well, let's get it settled right now. I went through the plan of salvation. We bowed our heads and he prayed and asked the Lord to save him. That's what it's all about. It's so simple. It's like planting a seed. I tell people, this nut right here knows how to make a pecan
Oh, God, here we go. Oh, so it's not an acorn anymore?
tree. You know how to make a pecan tree?
Yeah. You planted the seed. Then nature takes its course. Incidentally, for those wondering, what word did I look up? Oh, the word die is used 649 times apparently in the King James Version.
All the scientists in the world can't even make a nut, let alone the whole tree. This knows how to make the whole tree, pecan. If the ground will receive it, poke it in the ground, and it'll do the magic. You let Jesus come in.
Yeah. Welcome to the way life works. Organic chemistry is kind of awesome like that. You know what isn't organic chemistry? Your phantom Jesus.
In to your heart, he begins to grow inside of you and make you a whole new person. It's just amazing. Some of you need that. Be the
You first, Kent.
perfect day, February 4th, 2025. Could be your birthday into God's family. February 9th is my birthday into God's family. Today I accepted Christ. How about it? Are you going to heaven? If not, what are you waiting on? Do it right now. Say, Lord, I'm a sinner, but I believe you died for me. Would you forgive me and save me? Come in my heart. Save me right now.
Ain't nobody coming anywhere. That's right out. Okay? That's your thing, cool? Not for me. Just saying.
That's it. I'm one of those guys, easy believism. It has to be, or stupid people couldn't get saved. There's some stupid people in the world.
Oh, you hear the baby coughing in the background, and that just reminds you there's kids at DAL. You know, where Chris Jones is welcome at any time. And Brady Byram's a good buddy of Kent, too. And who knows how many other people he knows, and it just hasn't come up yet. That just made me sick.
Have you met some up there in Michigan, brother? There used to be one. Okay, yeah. It has to be cheap, free, actually. Or poor people couldn't get it. So, yeah. All right. Any questions or comments real quick, brother?
Yeah, you suck.
Kent the Dino that is holding your mic. I think you were holding in one, your original seminars. Have you had it for a long time? I have indeed. Yep, the Brachiosaurus. My favorite dinosaur. Okay? And I thought, perfect for a mic holder. I was thinking about clipping the mic on my lip and talking, but our sound, we've had trouble with sound for a while here.
You can say that again, Kent.
Good to have you back, Joseph. Okay. Okay, what's this?
Aw, Joseph's back. He didn't leave the cult compound. He sure leaked the info on Sandra leaving. So, I mean, you know, he can't be doing that good. Probably got a big reprimand on that one. But whatever.
Ken, I found some fossils I would like to send you, a few fossilized plants, arthropods, and a large 4-inch by 6-inch bone of an unknown animal. Maybe you and your team can identify them in northwest Tennessee area. Well, please, Joshua, no hurry, but bring them down next time you come. Come down, spend some time at Dinosaur Adventureland.
Nah, bring them to me, because I want some fossils in my collection. I don't really have any. I've got some bones in my collection, but don't have any fossils.
We got cabins you can stay in. They're free, and stay too long.
And this comment comes up valid again from Choppa Dave. Rather than going to DAL, I'd rather go to hell.
Put you to work. That simple. Thank you, though. We'd love to get fossils. We have quite an extensive fossil collection. Disappeared. Question for Kent. Why does Ken Ham believe in continental drift? I didn't know that he did. I don't know. I think the continents are moving. That's not a question. Moving a little bit, but really, the shape of the continent is a pure coincidence based on the water level. Like, duh. People say, do you think South America and Africa were ever connected? I say, they're still connected right now, underwater. What do you mean, were they? They still are. If you raise or lower the ocean level, that changes the shape, like duh. If the ice caps were bigger when we know they were, that would make the oceans smaller because all the water is frozen at the North and South Pole. If the oceans are smaller, the continents are bigger. Actually, oceans average 12,000 feet deep.
And here he goes on a script. Just, no one asked this. He asks, why does Kenham believe in continental drift? And you're just going in on your thing. Because you can't just answer a question and move on.
If you took out just 200 feet out of 12,000, take out 200, freeze it, stick it on the North and South Pole, make larger ice caps, then you could walk anywhere in the world. You could walk anywhere in the world. You could walk to Australia. The water here off the coast, Indonesia, all this area in here. Google continental shelf around Borneo or Sarawak or Indonesia, some of these places. It's
Google Ken Hovind convictions. See what you get.
30, 40, 50 feet deep. You wouldn't take much. So yes, I cover all that in video number 6 of my seminar series. Okay, thank you. Why he does, I don't know. He needs to come to my seminar if he believes that. Okay, let's see. How best to explain Gnostic gospel to an atheist friend I'm trying to reach? I think avpublications.com, AV for authorized version, publications.com has an article about the Gnostic Gospels. Read that and see if you can find it. Okay? God.
Website's taking a while to load, and this site can't be reached. So good job there, Kent. You're out of date.
Promised he would preserve his word. He promised. I believe he did in the King James Bible. That's it. Okay? Took me a while to.
Yeah, and also promised to not do a lot of things, and those still happen, and, you know, there's a lot of stories said about this character, and they seem pretty contradictory, so, I'm not buying it, buddy. Try harder.
Get there, but I believe that's the case. What's the best strategy to crucify the flesh? The problem with mine, I do that, but it gets up again every day. It starts, I kill it one
Ew. Ew, Kent. We don't need to know that. Ugh.
day and it comes back right away. Memorizing God's word is one of the key things to getting victory over sin. The more you memorize, the more you fill your brain with God's word, the more you can combat the devil.
Nah, zoo monkeys are smart. Kent, not so. Catch you later, Beerus. Crunch videos in 4K? Nowhere. Because Kent can barely manage half a K. Hovind, 640 by 480. Upscaled from 320 by 210 or whatever. Hovind. Not really sick, just stressed, tired, and all that jazz. And a lot of stuff going on still. A lot of stuff. Not so much sick, although there come the yawns.
But it's a battle. Even Apostle Paul, at the end of his life, he said, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I just want to get rid of this body because it wants to sin all the time. So if you find out, Calvin, let me know, okay?
You know, that advice you gave that person who commented on something when you were doing the sick whacking, maybe you should give that advice to that person in your Magic Book of Fairy Tales who wanted to, you know, do some stuff. I mean, you know, it's only fair. I mean, you ain't going to talk to them like that, but you sure as heck will talk to actual people who actually exist like that.
Save me, oh God. Amen. Okay, thank you for joining us. The 4 o'clock program, I think. Joseph, check on that with Standing for Truth. We might, if too much going on, have to record that and then play it for the theist. It's busy around here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure your internet connection's busy. You got you got Joseph getting a uTorrent open for all those spicy videos you like. You know, the animal documentaries. Those videos that you like. And it's probably running crypto mining software on this thing. You know, you gotta wonder how much random Chinese spyware might Ken's equipment eventually get attacked with, as it inevitably happens as we get more rampant cyber attacks from the CCP. Because feel like that's a thing that's going to be coming. Just cuz. The door's wide open, ladies and germs. And yeah, he did just say SFT. I'm already on it to see what I can see. No, don't play any of Donnie's crap. All right, share this tab instead. There we go. You should all see Donnie's stupid trademark and copyright infringing channel. It needs to be reported as bad as Mr. Batman does, honestly, with this stuff. Let's see. He's talking about blowing here. 2-on-2s. Debates about cannons. Big Bang Theory. That show sucks. Something about some dude James. Israel. Order species debate. Flat Earth. That explains the order of fossils in the rock record. Oh, so there's a rock record now. We'll see. Noah's flood. Let's go to the more recent stuff because that's where now we're too far. I mean, I'm not seeing any Kent. Interesting. So no Kent Hovind there. Saddens me that Joseph's back at DL. He's a good guy, which sadly probably is the reason he's back there. POS like Kent will always go for good ones, exploiting their kindness. Is Kent unironically into crypto? Maybe. And yeah, I have been sick and tired of elongated muskrat as well. I said I wish my old Twitter account still existed. Not that I don't have the archives, but you can actually see me slowly shift from being supportive of the guy to realizing he was a complete scumbag. It's really quite beautiful. And yes, FT is another grifter.
Welcome to your family there, brother. Justin, all the kids. Any of the kids want to come say hi and be world famous?
Get them out of there now. That is not a safe place for children. It's not a safe place for anyone, but it's definitely not a safe place for children, dude. Seriously, get your family out of there.
You want to come up here and be famous? All right.
No, don't bring the kids in.
Over here. Come on this side, over here. All right, take the globe down, Kent. Okay.
Should I even continue? I'm gonna be serious. Should I even continue, or should I call it here? Because I don't know if I want to necessarily archive this, and unlike Kent, I respect the privacy or demand the privacy of children. I want to see where the discussion goes and how it goes, but I do not want to show the child on my channel. I don't feel that's right at all. What do you guys think? Gotta wait a bit for your comments to come through. Just let me know, everybody. Yeah, Billy. When the stream started, I had pointed that out that Meister had streamed because you and the others had pointed that out in Discord. And I looked, and it looked like he had streamed last Wednesday as well. But yeah, not beforehand because it is normally a Saturday thing. And Deviant saying it is a tough one. Black out the screen. Play video with an overlay so we can't see it. Not with Restream. Not necessarily with Restream. Blacking out the screen, I'm not sure if there is actually a way in Restream to do just the audio. I mean, I don't know. Okay, can I maximize? Okay, let me see. Tell me, do you still hear Kent's audio when I back up a bit?
To your family there, brother. Justin, all the kids. Any of the kids want to come say hi and be world famous?
Okay, were y'all still able to hear that? If you were able to hear that, I'll just go this way. Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to watch. We're going to keep me in big mode, and we're just going to let the audio go that way.
You want to come up here and be famous? All right, over here. Come on, this side, over here. All right, take the globe down, Kent. Okay. All right, Connor, have a seat right here.
Oh, this kid is like 5 or 6. Oh, he's got a Minion shirt on, and he's at DAL. Please don't let anything happen to this kid. Please don't. Let's see how Kent interacts with him. This is painful because my niece isn't much younger than this kid.
Here. Look right at that camera right there. And how old are you?
7.
And how old is your wife?
Okay, 7. So he's a little older, but he looks a little bit younger. Maybe I'm just terrible at guessing the age of kids at this stage. They grow up so fast.
I don't have one.
I'm going to find you one. Do you want a smart one or a dumb one?
Smart one.
Oh, you got to wait till they're 25 then. Okay. All right. May sometimes.
Misogyny. Teach it to them while they're young, Hovind. Boomer. That's why I've had 4 wives leave me. Working on the 5th one, so she can leave me too, Hovind.
30. Calvin, I've seen some never make it. Never make it. So be careful, okay? All right. Good to have you here. How you like Dinosaur Adventureland so far?
Good.
What's your favorite animal to take care of in the barn?
Bunny rabbits.
The bunny rabbits.
Because my brothers love those.
You just turned 7, right?
Uh-huh.
And how old are you going to be when you're almost 9?
8.
8. You got it. All right. Very good. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank.
I'll give him that's a sharp little kid right there. But man, just people are bringing their families and they're committed to staying at DAL. This is absolutely mortifying. I didn't want to end the stream on something so depressing of a thought, but we know the kind of company that Kent keeps. We know the lack of care given for safety, and if those kids are around animals, something could happen. Very much could happen. That's just one of many fears. Oh man, this makes me sick, guys. Seriously, it's upsetting.
Thanks. See you tomorrow, folks. Bye.
Oh, okay, that was actually the end of the stream, Hovind. There we go. We can pop that back up. You can see the end of the stream. Let me just share some of the wonderful thing. Claude, I just didn't want on my stream to show the child. It's a matter of personal ethics, respecting, someone rather than exploiting them, as our friend Chapadiev puts it. Yeah, that's his typical boomer jokes. Said that to a 7-year-old. Yep. Kent, you're a disgusting, awful degenerate. Strong words from Deviant. Strong truths from Deviant. Get the kids out of there, definitely. And they all love the horse's ass. Yeah, that's that's really their favorite animal up there is the giant horse's ass sitting in front of the camera. Deviant with, I'm glad you didn't show the kids at Kurisu because you're a way better man than Kent now. That's not the highest regard you can give someone, but given how despicable Kent is, but still. Yeah, I may give the appearance of being a person who has like no standards, no qualms about saying something horrible, this, that, the other. But if you're around me, y'all are on my streams enough. You hear me self-censor. You hear me be like, no, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm going to be good. Sometimes I let stuff fly. But I do try to be as decent as I can be in situations that warrant it, or I dare say demand it. And that is most definitely one of those situations where, if his dad wants to show his face, I'll put him in the thumbnail and it won't matter. I still covered him up with the text, but, it's the thumbnail of this video. Dude's dad's there. But bring in the little kid, no. And recall, I worked at Toys R Us for 3+ years at a point in my retail career. Um, Not very long, but still. So, you know, you're constantly in a place like that, on that slight lookout and making sure nothing could be going on. Always a little concerned if someone weird comes in, more than you normally would be. Um, and I guess that instinct just never left, where it's like, gotta be cautious, gotta be helpful, gotta, try to avoid, any chance of anything out of just simple respect and decency. I don't know. That's my mental process right now, or whatever you can call a mental process on my end. I don't know. Sometimes I just run on autopilot. Deviant pops up with, we know you're not that guy, Krisu. I saw your true character before you ever did these live streams. It shines through. Well, thank you. Thanks a ton. Means a lot to me. Just wish other people could see it. And I don't do this to sit there and show people, hey, look at how great I am. But, I tend to think out loud and share, what's why I'm doing some of the things I do, for what value it has to other people. It's always why I do everything I do, whatever value someone can get from it. Even just to act as a point of comparison, that I'm going to be that much better than, Kent or anyone else. Um, yeah, yeah, that really upset me. Stacy popping in with gives me a chilling Waco vibe. All those videos of Koresh with all them kids. Yeah, and what's scary is a lot of them kids were his. Because, got to share the love, you know what I mean? Did y'all, seriously, serious question, are y'all aware of the fact that David Koresh was actually a relatively talented musician? Um, he actually did a few. There's a few recordings of songs of his. The most prominent one being a song, ironically titled "There's a Madman Living in Waco," which was actually written about the previous guy in charge of the Branch Davidian branch that he eventually took over. And yeah, everything happened in '93 that they did. Um, It's actually a really nice song. The audio quality of the recording sucks. It was, clearly a well played, tape that was a dub of a dub. But it's kind of a cool song, and it's terrifying to think that that's David Koresh singing, playing guitar. It's just weird, but it humanizes someone who's seen as an evil figure in history. Um, you know, you can separate the art from the artist to one degree, but you can never truly separate it completely. But, you know, just like a certain failed Austrian painter's artwork that I think is actually quite lovely. Um, the creative work is what it is, and a product of the time it was made, and is not necessarily a product of of the uh, the person they later became, or the actions they later took. Um, but still, I'm not going to fault anybody for wanting to destroy all of a certain person's paintings and the like. Just saying. But right, I'm just I'm a little burnt out. That ending was darker than it needed to be. You can hear my desk creaking. Everything around me creaks. My knees creak, the desk creaks, my chair creaks, the door creaks. AC comes on, you hear that creaking. Everything creaks. Pretty sure the rotary dials on half my old phones creak. Typewriters probably creak. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rambling here. Devon Outcast. Me and Mark Stoney watched a documentary about Waco. One of my fave moments from last year. Weirdly enough, because it was horrible, we handled it like the PTSD, ADHD peeps we are. Yeah, and that's a pretty crazy thing about people like us, is that a lot of us are oddly well equipped to handle pretty dark subjects. It may affect us, but somehow we can still engage with them and look at it not clinically insofar as just separating ourselves from the true tragedy, but being able to use the word in its most direct meaning, to appreciate the scale of the events that occurred, the necessarily the horror of them in some ways, and understand the value and historical significance that those tragedies will have. it's a rare thing because a lot of people just want to forget and avoid stuff. Kind of like how I just avoid the current political climate. But, you can't truly escape it. But I'm not paying active attention. I barely was during the Biden administration, but at least there it was usually better news than not. So it's like 2016 to 2021 all over again. Guns N' Roses covered one of Charlie Manson's songs. Interesting. I did not know that. I will have to look that up. Stacy grew up about 30 minutes away, and we all watched it go down at school. I went through Waco. The I-30, I believe it is. It's either 30 or 35. When you get in Texas off I-40 and you head down to Arkansas, I think it's 30, and then 35 heads further south, or vice versa. I don't know. I wound up in New Braunfels. That's where I wound up in my trip to Texas in 2008. And then eventually I went to San Antonio for like an hour. Anyway. Went through Waco, and the highway doesn't go close enough to, even remotely know where anything is. But it's weird thinking that I have been within like 10 miles of Waco. And I do intend to go visit it in my weird dark tourism thing that I like to do when I get the opportunity. See what else do we have in the awesomeness of the chats. It's weird, like Mr. Mustache was a failed artist and Mr. Manson was a failed musician and Caress failed musician, so I see some sort of horrible pattern here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The Chris Jones Beatty Byram Children's Ministry at Dino Adventureland. Who? Times are rough for sure. And Waco. Oh, Dr. Pepper music. I forgot that's in Waco. I love Dr. Pepper. I have to go check that out while I'm in Waco for events unrelated to a certain April 1993 morning. I do legitimately want to go there though, and want to talk with the people to get a sense of the scale of everything by being there, since still there's a lot of landmarks to be show telltale signs of where this place, that place in the facility was, and pick up spent shell casings, because they for what I heard, they like to give those out as a sort of a testament to what happened there in a sense. Yep. Also, I love that the stream is just hemorrhaging viewers now, but now I'm just talking. Stacy says, yeah, but you just can't escape the hard truths and difficult things forever by putting your head in the sand or just ignoring anything forever. Yeah. Laura verifying Waco's on 35. Having my senior year of high school, it was eerie. Thank you. So that means 40 breaks off into 30, which then breaks down to 35. That makes sense. It should be obvious to me because 35 is an odd numbered, and odd numbered go generally north to south. Like I-55 cuts through Memphis. Oddly enough, coming in from the west at Arkansas, but of course, I-40 swings around the center of the city. That's something to look up. The reason I-40 is deviated in Memphis. We didn't want it going through a park. They built right up to the edge of it, and then we said, fuck no, you're not doing it. And then eventually we won. Memphis is weird. A love-hate relationship with the city. Just drove through Waco about an hour ago. Not nearly as close to out here as I thought. Dang it. But yeah. I think that's it for the stream, though. We made hour 20 minutes. Not bad at all. As always, much love to everyone. Y'all are awesome. Wish I had more energy to do more Hovind, but so I was almost wanting to try to do this as a double feature, but yeah, I just don't have the energy. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Got some crazy stuff coming up. Wish me the best of luck and everything. I have no idea how stuff's going to go down. Don't want to talk about it publicly beyond, stuff sucks. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll just keep moving forward. So again, much love, everyone. Y'all are awesome. Oh man. Hey, everyone, before I go, our boy here, this person, Nappin' Retro Gaming, friend of mine from Quebec, Canada. Awesome bro. Awesome bro. Known him for a long time. Uploads a steady stream of vintage video game content. Just raw gameplay footage. You want to see what a game's like? He's like a weird game on some obscure format. He's probably got it covered. He's in that same nexus as Prince Watercress and I. And that's how I know him. It's through Prince Watercress and the fact that he's got connections in the gaming scene. So definitely check out Nappin' Retro Gaming for some crazy, awesome, just random game footage. It's like all my friends do all this other stuff I want to do better than me, so I just let them do it. Steven handles the Let's Plays, Nappin' right there. He handles some raw footage. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, as always, much love, everyone. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to hop off here, play some Guild Wars, and go to sleep.